We're joined by Francesco Starace. He's the chief executive of Enel. We talked about sustainability. We talked also about some of the finances of the company. Mr. Starace, thank you, as always, for joining us. There's an excitement announcement. You've done a bond that basically is not linked to financial performance, but sustainability performance.
Yeah.
First, how is that working, and will it change, how we issue bonds and sustainability in general?
We're very excited. This is the first SDG-linked bond in the world that was floated into the market. It's out today. The news are out today. It's a $1.5 billion, so it's a U.S. bond in this case. We're going to replicate that in Europe too. And it's linked to us, Enel, reaching a percentage of 55 or more percent of capacity in renewables by a certain date, which is 2021. If we do that, then the bond is satisfied. If we don't do that, we pay a premium of 25 basis points a year until we reach that percentage. So it's a risk that we're taking and a promise we're making to the markets.
Okay, is this, because people are more aware of sustainability and so want to do their bit, or is this also a story of the markets? With the U.S.-China trade war, you have depressed yields, and so people are looking for possibly other asset classes.
I think SDG, or let's say sustainability-linked bonds, is a needed tool. There is a lot of money out there that tries to find a sustainable flavor, and the green bond environment satisfies only partially, and it's a very clumsy and difficult to handle mechanism. This is a simpler one, and of course it entails some kind of different approach. So it's a very exciting new tool that sustainable investors have today if they want to get out and put money at work.
How much do you worry about the world economy? We have Ray Dalio, a big investor, saying that there's a 25% chance of a recession. As the chief executive, how do you deal with that?
I think there is the real worry I have is this lingering trade war discussion, threat. Then if you look deep down, what actually happened on the floor is not that much, but just the perception of it is damaging, and I think that will not go away soon. But
damaging because consumers spend less, damaging because chief executives spend less in investment, so could that bring the world to a downturn?
For Enel it's not such a direct threat because we don't deal with goods moving back and forth, but it is for many companies that have that. So if you have to put down your money and invest in a country, and you see, well, there is a trade war going on. What happens when I have to export from that country? How do I deal with that? So there is a lot of waiting. And when investors wait, economy cannot go forward.
How do you view Europe in general? So the economy is not doing great overall. We worry about Germany. The Italian political situation is certainly more stable now than it was 2 weeks ago. But then you have Brexit. What do you worry about most out of those three?
I think Brexit is the most complex thing for me to understand, and honestly, it's a bad idea. I don't think you can have good outcomes from bad ideas in general, so I think it's very simply put. The European Commission, we have to see, but I think it's finally taking shape, and it's a good shape. I think this is going to be a fantastic Commission going forward, the way it looks. So I think Europe is going out well into this new couple of years in front of us. I'm encouraged by the European perspective as such, and not by the Brexit outlook, but I can't really comment. It's really incomprehensible from many standpoints.
But it wouldn't have a direct impact on your company, does it, at the margins?
No, we don't have an exposure to the UK. We're not in the UK. But of course, everything like that doesn't help the economy. And because we provide electricity, we provide energy, if economy doesn't pick up, the business doesn't really fly.
Are you expecting Italian, financials to be a little bit more stable? And does that help you?
I expect, yes, Italian financing to be more stable and more understandable after the fall, because we have to do that typically in the fall. But this government looks capable of handling that. And of course that helps. Utilities in general are linked to bonds, so it clearly helps, yes.